Robin Williams didn't just make us laugh. He showed us how to find joy in life's messiest moments. Now one actor is channeling that same magic.
With a jaw-dropping impersonation and a deeply personal play, Dave Droxler is bringing Robin's legacy really to life, while also sharing how the iconic comedian helped him navigate his own highs and lows. So Dave, or should we say Robin, is making his way into the PTL studios. I think he's making his way.
Yeah,
he
I think
looks
so
a little
too.
distracted.
He does.
Oh gosh,
Hope
this
he's
is amazing.
okay.
This is incredible. Apparently we're doing a Broadway production of Star Trek the Musical. Oh, beam me up, Scotty, beam me up, Scotty. Wow. Oh, but at the same time, look at this over here. Wow. Oh, this is like a Woodland Creatures Home and Garden catalog. My God, fantastic. Oh my gosh, and look at you. Wow, that hair, it is so coiffed. My goodness, that thing's got its own union contract. Wow. Yeah, you could fall asleep and you still got a co-anchor to be like, hey, you guys, we're all welcome here for the Steelers. Yeah. My goodness, and then your Chia pet over here. Okay, sure. He's like, I'm so meek. I feel like I'm from an episode of Seussical the Musical. It's okay. Come alive, come alive. Okay, don't tell me what to do for you. Okay, hey, no, yeah, baby, come on.
Oh my
God. Robin,
yes.
is that you?
Yes, okay, thank you so much, okay, yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, which is always fun. And then your heart starts going, you're like, calm down,
Right.
calm down, calm down.
That's what Robin, like, really, when you watch, like, any video of Robin, like, on The Tonight Show or whatever, that's the kind of energy he had.
Yeah,
right?
just like top-notch, high energy all the time. And in fact, it's crazy because, like, you know, when I was working on this project, I got to meet his stand-in that he had for like 20 years, and he would tell me these stories about how Robin, you know, he'd have a high energy, and you could see this twinkle in his eye, and you knew, uh-oh, he's gonna start going. And this is just when he's like hanging out at a restaurant. But then at times, like, he would be at like his home or with his friends, and he'd be like party, but he'd kind of just be quiet in the corner. And of course, everyone's expecting Robin to be like, okay, yeah, party.
Right.
But and people would be like, are you okay? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just filling up the jar. That's all, just filling the bucket up, you know? Because he has that moments where he's like, I gotta take a breather, and also just take in all this stuff because he was just like a sponge the way his brain worked, you know? So, but yeah, I mean, when I do it, like, I find my heart rate start going, and so I'm just like use it, and I just tell myself, no, don't be afraid, which is something he would always say, you know, so. Yeah,
well, tell us about the creation of this persona, because is this something that did you just grow up loving Robin Williams? I mean, because you have him down too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ever since I first saw him in Mork and Mindy when I was younger, I just became infatuated with him because it was one of those things where I had such high energy as a child, and I felt like I didn't quite fit in because of it. But then I would see Robin as Mork with this high energy and being loved, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I guess I could fit into this world. And so I just kept following his career throughout my whole life, and when I started to work on my show, I started to realize why, you know, why he was so important, you know, because, you know, people kept being like, oh, after he passed, are you gonna do like a show about him? You should do a show about him. And I was always like, I would love to, but I also, I don't look like him. Like, I'm not a Robin Williams impersonator. I just do an impression. And it also just felt weird to do, like, he never wrote an autobiography, so it felt weird to try to like make a thing about his life. So when I was thinking about, why he was so important and how all these movies came out during pivotal times in my life, and that's why he was so special, because he was kind of, in a way, like a Jiminy Cricket for me when my dad couldn't be there to like stand in at the times. And so he kind of just became a guiding light in that regard. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's the story. Just tell my story and how Robin was kind of there and influenced. And it's kind of like one of millions of stories that people have about Robin.
Isn't that interesting how sometimes someone you never meet, because of their incredible gifts and their energy, influence you in such a way that you want to tell your story and hopefully kind of inspire others, right?
Yeah, completely. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like, the story is really about a father and son, because, you know, it's about the fact that, you know, I had a hard time connecting with my dad, couldn't quite figure it out. And as I became a dad, that's when all of a sudden that aha moment, and you're like, oh, I get my dad now. I understand all of this. And you can start to see him as a full human being. And the thing that I love that just kind of naturally happened with it is that that feels very much like a Robin kind of thing, the way his movies are, where, you know, it's fun, it's comedy, there's like silliness in there, but then all of a sudden there's this heart and there's a deeper moral behind the whole thing. And so
And it gets you.
Yeah, you know, I like to pull the rug out. You know, people are thinking like, oh, it's just a Robin Williams show, and by the end they're like, oh God, my mom, my dad, I need just a moment before I go up and say hello. Which, you know, is fine. I love that. You know, I think that's what you want to do as a performer and a writer. You know, you're not up just to be like, tell me how wonderful I am. You know, some people are, but you know me, I'm like, no, you got to tell me about your mom and your dad and your experiences, and then even like how Robin affected you. You know, it's just amazing because somebody who you have not met affected you in such a massive way, and then my dad, who I have met, affected me in such a way on such opposite ends of the spectrum, but then how it all comes together and then like creates, you know, a persona, if you will, a personality, a few characteristics of to work towards being as a human being and an artist. So. Yeah, it's quite crazy. It's crazy how it comes together.
We're excited to see it, and we're so happy to have you here. And we want to say you do more than just Robin.
Yes.
But you do Robin really, really well.
Robin, yes. So and I have a couple other characters that show up like throughout, because like when I was testing out other personas, especially during college, you know, like Jack came out, I'm drowning here, and you're described in the water. And then Andy Kaufman, thank you very much, hello, you know, or Jim Carrey like, thank you already.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So yeah, so
How
like
I feel
there's like a
multiple personalities.
Right, I know. All of a sudden, you're like,
one.
who am I talking to? Get back there! Ow! You know.
Right, we have several celebrities right here.
We do.
Right here, yeah. All for the price of one. Thank you. It's a BOGO.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing. All right, Robin and Me, My Little Spark of Madness opens at the Pittsburgh Playhouse at Point Park University on Wednesday, January 22nd.
Yeah, now the show is only running for 5 days. It ends its run on Sunday, January 26th. So make sure you go to our website to learn more about tickets right now.